We're all in this millennial age where nobody cares. I was reading an article that talks about millennials not really caring about marriage anymore, right? It's important that you marry someone that really understands what marriage is and understands the sanctity of marriage and actually believes in what marriage is. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Natalie's Niche. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. I do all things personal development, faith, and lifestyle, and I am so excited to have you on my channel, guys. Today we're going to be talking about something really exciting. You guys know it's the love season, okay? We're going to be talking about how I knew my husband was the one. I feel like this is one question we get a lot, right? How did you know? How do you know if this person is someone you want to spend the rest of your life with? So guys, I'm going to be sharing my experiences. These are mine, personal experiences, and how I knew my husband was the one. So guys, let's talk about it. That person just becomes your peace. I feel like that is the first thing I'm gonna say. They become a safe place, a safe haven for you, right? For me, my husband was just a calm in the storm. I was in the hardest time of my life, and I just really did not know that there was anything good out there. But he came and he just gave me peace. Like, there was just a warmth, there was just a calmness I felt whenever he was around me. And I just enjoyed that peace because, like, life is already stressful, okay? Life is already stressful. And if you're with someone that is headache 24/7, they are giving you headache, that should be your number one sign that forever with that person, my dear. Forever is a long time. Okay, so for me, my first sign, I used to call him my peace in the storm. I used to call him my calm in the storm because that was really who he was. Like, he really just gave me a peace. Like, I didn't have to worry about him. Like, that was one thing. I really did not have to worry about him. So if that person is your peace, if that's someone that when you're in trouble, when you're going through hard times, you just want to call them up and just cuddle up with them, that's a good sign. Next tip, they become your helper. As much as I just loved him being my peace, I just loved him being there in my life at the time, he chipped in. Like, he was like, okay, this is the problem you're having, how do we fix it? Let me drive you there. Let me take you for your appointments. Let me take you to school. Like, once this man came into my life, I was driving the bus to school every day. But let me tell you, he had a car. And although the car wasn't the best car at the time, he made it his point to always pick me up to school every day. This wasn't a thing that he started and stopped. He continued it till I graduated. Guys, the moment I met my husband, I stopped taking the bus. And he wasn't the richest guy in the world. Like, he really did not have anything at the time. He was still in college. He was actually in his final year of college, right? This is someone that was studying non-stop. This is someone that really did not have the time. But guess what? He made the time, okay? He made the time. He made the time for me. A man will always have time for you. He will always, no matter how busy he is, there's always time for you, okay? So that should be a sign to you. Like, if he has time in his busy life, right, he will have time for me always. Because guess what? Marriage in life is always going to be busy. It's always going to be busy. So you need someone that will always make out time for you. Like, guys, when I think about it, I get emotional because he really did pick me up till I graduated school. I was in nursing school, so it ain't no joke, because most times I have to be at clinicals at 6:40, and he will make it a point to take me there. So I really appreciate that. I need to go give him a kiss for that though. Next tip is, the person is very teachable, right? Like, one thing that is very important to me is that when we have conflicts, right, when we are going through things, is this person someone that would actually sit down and think, you know what, okay, I see what happened, right? Okay, maybe I didn't do this correctly. Next time I'll try to be better. Or someone that is actually okay looking at things and being like, oh, okay, we didn't do it correctly that way. We're gonna learn, we're gonna be, better the next time. Someone that's teachable. There are a lot of men out there that just believe that they know everything. Like, they just believe God said, I am the head of the house. So therefore, since I'm the head of the house, you cannot say nothing to me. I know it all, right? I would tell you that is such a red flag, because you have to marry someone that is teachable. You also have to be teachable, because marriage will bring you to a point where you're like, you know what? Okay, if you're not teachable, none of you can come to an agreement in anything, because you will always think your way or the highway. And that's not the right way to think in marriage. So I just love the fact that he's teachable. Yes, we go through hard times. Yes, we go through tough times. But like, there are times where I sit down and I'm like, okay, he took that. Okay, I appreciate that. Next thing is, you respect each other. Respect each other. Respecting each other doesn't come from love. It comes from like. It comes from the things that you admire about your partner. Aside my husband being my husband, I appreciate him as a person. I respect him as a person. My husband is the most disciplined human I know. He's the kindest man I know. Not just to me, but to people outside, his friends, people he meets on the way. Like, I just respect him so much. His persona, the way he carries himself as a man. So trust me when I say that if you respect this person, aside them, being your boo, your bae, your lover, your all this, right? If you respect them, that's such a good sign. Because in marriage, like, there are times where love, I know we always say love ain't gonna be your focus at the time. If you can respect that person, it will always bring you guys back together, because you're like, I really like you. I don't matter at you, but I really like you. Okay, I like you, and you're very hot, you're very handsome, you're very cute. You know what I mean? It will choose you in any situation. And I say this very seriously, because I know there are times when, if you're dating someone, families might get involved. There are a lot of third parties. Somebody does not want you to date each other. There is some kind of situation, But, in all of that, that person chooses and sticks beside you no matter what. It is not a question about the relationship you guys have. It's always a question about, how do we deal with all these things around us? How do we deal with all these other people that don't yet believe in our love? How do we deal with everyone else? How do we get them to see what we see? It's not a question of, oh, do you think this is right? Oh, do you think we should be together? Maybe we should have some time away from each other and think about this. Girl, that's a red flag. When they bring in all those things up, when situations come, they will always question you. And in marriage, there are times where there will be crazy situations, and you don't want someone that will question you. One thing that showed me my husband was there were situations we were put into, but he always chose me. Like, there was no questions about it. It was always you. It's you and I. Like, he even made me believe in the love more than I had believed, because the way he was like strong-headed in it, he's like, it's you or it's you. And I just love that fact that he chose me. He continued to choose me daily. So that's a good sign. If that person always chooses you during tough times, doing things that you guys are going through, that's a good sign. That's the one for you. Just know, you feel it. You just know that this person loves you. Have you ever been in a relationship where you're questioning daily, like, I don't know if he loves me, like, I can't feel it, I don't feel it? I was in that kind of relationship, and I always used to think, well, with time I'll feel it. With time, maybe he will love me the way I want him to love me. Girl, if he's not in your soul, if you're not convicted that this person loves you, for me, it's not a good sign. Because I can tell from my previous relationships and the relationship with my husband that my husband loves me. Even when we go through tough times, even when we're angry at each other, we're mad at each other, I still know he loves me. Like, there's just a conviction in my heart that this man cares for me. If you don't have that conviction, honey, I don't know what to tell you, because you gotta know that someone loves you. You have to, because when you're going through life together, you have to be sure that this person actually cares about you. You guys have a friendship. You guys have a love, a built relationship that you guys have. It is so important to have that, because let me tell you, a friendship it makes life easier. You can joke, you can laugh. Like life, let me tell you, forever is such a long time. Imagine if you live, let's say 60 years together and y'all are just always serious. It's either romance or we're talking plans about life and things like that. Life is not that serious. You need to make friends with that person, right? My husband, we joke a lot. We run around the house. Even my son sometimes will be looking at us like, these people, they don't know they are grown, you know? Like, I just love that part of us. Like, we joke a lot, we laugh a lot, we just play a lot. That little thing in us, just it keeps the joy in the home, right? So are you that person's friend? Can you joke? Can you laugh with that person? Girl, that is so important. They are your protector. They will protect you, right? During hard times, when you guys are going through conflicts, things like that. One thing I love about my husband is that he always protects me from any third party, anything that might affect me. He always makes it his point to protect me from that. A quick example is like, maybe we're going through hard times, right? And a friend calls him and it's like, oh bro, what's up? This was happening in my marriage. My husband will say, oh, my beautiful wife, I might be right beside him, pissed off, okay? My beautiful wife, she's fine, she's doing great. Yes, we're really doing amazing. I just love that protection, that sense of security in our relationship, that not every little thing I do, he's going to tell all his friends, his whole family, this girl is the worst girl I've ever married, I can't stand her, Tell it to me, or don't tell it to nobody else. I just love, once that person protects you from the world, is so important. They will push you, that person will push you to be the best person you will ever be. And I'm gonna say that this point isn't always beautiful or sweet or nice, right? It's important that that person pushes you to be the best you can be. Sometimes that your partner will want you to work out, maybe you have a fitness goal and you haven't really been reaching that person will be like, okay, let's go to the gym together. You have to study. The person will wake you up in the middle of the night, get up and study, babe, you have to study for your exams, things like that. That person will push you, even in times where you don't like it, right? And you're like, yo, you're disturbing me, it's my life now, leave me alone. I can do what I'll do it when I want to do it, things like that. You will see that that person really cares about your destiny and where you want to get. Your purpose and things like that are important to that person. That is such a good sign, and that is one thing that will show you that, you know what, no matter what, this person wants me to be the best that I can be. The last tip is, this person respects the sanctity of marriage. A lot of times we're all in this millennial age where nobody cares. I was reading an article that talks about millennials not really caring about marriage anymore, right? It's important that you marry someone that really understands what marriage is and understands the sanctity of marriage and actually believes in what marriage is, right? I read a passage in the Bible, Amos 3 verse 3, they talk about, do two walk together unless they agreed to meet? It's important that you are both going on this journey together. It's a goal. You guys have the same goals, to have a beautiful marriage, to have a marriage that, your kids will look at and say, this is what I want in my future. If you guys have that goal, it's such a big sign to you that, this is the one for me, right? They believe in the sanctity of marriage. They believe in the sacredness of what marriage is. That is such a good sign. That for me is how I knew my husband was the one. Like, we have the same goals. Those things I listed were just very prominent, and I was like, well, honey, it's you. It is you, boo-boo. It is you. And have you seen my husband? He's hot. Advice for us girls, right? I just want you to know that if you're in your waiting season, you're waiting for your partner, I want you to know that God has someone for you. God has someone for you. Do not relent. Do not look at what is going on in the world and think, well, okay, maybe I shouldn't believe in marriage. No, honey. You should believe in marriage, and God has someone for you. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe so that we can grow. My goal is to hit 1,000 this month and actually get monetized. So please subscribe. Support your girl. I have many more personal development videos coming for you guys. Have a good one. Bye.